Hello everyone, and thanks again for watching another one of my videos. As you can see for this one today, my backdrop is actually my kitchen, and that's because I'm going to be showing you how to make the best chocolate cake that I've ever had. I'm not really a big sweets eater, however, one day I was in the mood for some chocolate cake, and rather than going to the store, I thought I probably have all the stuff to make one at home. So I Googled it, and from a few different recipes, I sort of put together my own. And it's really simple, as is all baking. You just have to make sure that you have the right ingredients and the right measurements. So first of all, you're going to need a large mixing bowl. In this bowl, I have actually combined 1 3/4 cup of basic flour, also 3/4 a cup of baking cocoa, 2 cups of regular sugar is fine, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then also 1 teaspoon of salt. Just regular table salt is fine to use. Into the bowl, everything goes, and then I'm just going to throw it onto my electric mixer and put it on low speed just to get everything mixed together. This keeps you from having to actually sift all the ingredients together, so it kind of saves a step. Now, in another bowl, I'm going to combine my wet ingredients, which is actually just going to be 2 large eggs. You do want to let them sit out for a while and get to room temperature. Then we're going to take a 1/2 cup of regular vegetable oil, a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Love the smell of vanilla extract. And then you're going to need 1 cup of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, however, you can take a cup of regular milk and just add in about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Let that sit for about 5 minutes, and it's a great buttermilk substitute. Also, in my background here, I've just brewed some fresh coffee because this recipe also calls for 1 cup of fresh brewed coffee. Okay, so it looks like all of my dry ingredients are pretty much together. So I'm just going to go ahead and add into that my wet ingredients. Put it right into the bowl. And again, that's my eggs, my vanilla, my oil, and my buttermilk. Now to this mixture, after that gets mixed together, I'm going to put in my 1 cup of coffee. So we can go ahead and measure that out. This is a 1/2 cup measurement, so I'm just going to need 2 of these. So I'm just going to put it right into my mixing bowl. There's 1/2 cup. And then another 1/2 cup. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to let that get mixed together. In the meantime, I've preheated my stove to 350, and I've taken a 9 by 13 baking sheet, and I've actually just buttered the pan and also put a little bit of flour in the bottom and shook it around. This will keep your cake from sticking to the bottom. So once my cake mixture gets finished, I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my baking pan, and I'm going to bake that for about 35 minutes. Now, once that's finished, we're also going to add on some homemade icing that I'm going to show you how to make next. So stay tuned. Okay guys, so I have my cake in the oven, have a little bit time left, so I'm going to go ahead and start on the icing. Now you don't want to apply your icing until the cake is completely cooled off, so just keep that in mind. But for the icing, what you're going to need is 1 cup of butter softened, and then you're going to take 1 1/4 cups of powdered sugar. And what you're going to do is, again, come over to your mixer if you have one, put in your butter, and let it start mixing for about a minute. After that butter starts to whip up really nicely, then you're going to go ahead and add in your powdered sugar. Let that all mix together, and to that mixture you're going to add 6 ounces of melted semi-sweet chocolate chips. Make sure you buy the good kind because buying cheap chocolate chips just doesn't work out very well when it comes to melting them. So go ahead and get those melted. I usually just throw mine in the microwave for about 30 seconds at a time, continue stirring it until they're melted through. So far I've got in here my chocolate chips melted, my confectioner sugar, my softened butter, and I also did add 1 large egg yolk at room temperature, and then I'm also going to need 1 tablespoon of instant coffee. You can just buy any regular old brand of instant coffee, and you're going to mix that with 2 teaspoons of hot tap water. So if one of my audience members could hand me my instant coffee mixture that I have mixed in with my hot water. Thank you very much, sir. So you're just going to go ahead and add that into your icing mixture. And let that go for a minute. Now, if you recall, we did put a cup of fresh brewed coffee into the cake. So putting this instant coffee mixture into the icing kind of makes it sort of a little bit of a chocolate espresso flavored cake, which I am a huge coffee lover, so that's probably why I love this cake so much. Anyways, once your cake is cooled, just go ahead and apply the icing and you're good to go. I do keep my cake in the refrigerator just because it has egg in the icing, raw egg, and you don't want that to spoil. But anyways, I hope you guys get to try this, and I hope you